So, comments.
Well, I guess we all agree that Maria is very sweet. Sweet girl.
She's very sweet because she sends all her love to the principal, right? Yes. So she's very affectionate. Yeah. Does that count in the market? No. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Yeah. All right. So, spelling mistakes. Capitalization. Right. Capital letters. Yes. Good. Gerunds and infinitives, right? American English, wanna, right? Yes, wanna.
The use of contractions.
The use of contractions, yes, in a formal expository style that cannot be permitted, right? Good.
Register.
Register, right? Problems with register. Yes, okay. Good. Used to, right? So verb structures, used to, right? Exactly.
Paragraph 1 is only one sentence.
Paragraph 1 is only one sentence. I hope you're having a nice day. That's it. Thank you. Okay. And so, the beginning and the end are rather poor. So they leave a lot to be desired, right? Yeah. Good. What else?
No signature. No signature.
No signature, right. Well, her name does appear, Olivia. Not the signature, no. The signature is missing.
I think that the use of the like question would have been the best option in this case.
Probably so, yes. Yes, most probably. Right. Okay.
What is the worst?
Which is?
Which is the worst mistake?
The worst. Well, that's difficult to tell. Okay. Because
option A, perhaps.
right. Because we've been commenting on mistakes rather objectively.
Yes.
But if we have to choose, as you say, the worst of all, right? Then we would be rather passing a judgment, right, on her performance, and we run the risk of being rather unfair, right? Yes, on her production. So, will this writing be a passing mark or a failing mark?
Failing mark.
You all agree?
Yes.
It's a failing mark. Well, as a matter of fact, it was a failing mark. Yes, yes. It didn't pass. No. Okay, so, if you relate the contents of this letter with the theory we have just analyzed in the videos, what connection can you see? What are the main problems this student has? All of them, you're saying, but I have no idea. Yes.
Yes, the paragraphs are not balanced.
They are
so
not
they
balanced.
don't have the topic, the main topic, and
Exactly, yes. They lack a topic sentence, right?
yes,
Not to mention supporting sentences or conclusion.
or conclusion.
Right, exactly. Good. Fine. So, when we are correcting this, right, at the Institute or in one of the commissions, what should we do if we want to be honest?
The other line.
Of course, we underline and then we fail this composition, right? Yes? Okay. Fine. Well, any surprises? No?
Sounds like our students.
Yes.
I don't have any Olivia, but I guess.
You're not having Olivia. Right, good. Fine. Now, the question is this. Is Olivia representative of the majority of the students we have?
Yes.
And we're getting to the core, right?
And they can be worse.
They can be even worse.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, because some structures that she used are well,
Are
but
good enough?
they are really good. But then
Such as?
I don't know.
The ambitious.
For my own
Good
safety, for example, perhaps it's a phrase that the mistakes she's got there. She's got silly mistakes, and the phrase perhaps it was good, so it's difficult.
Because the idea was to balance.
Yes, it's not balanced. Yes,
Right, for my own safety it's good enough, on my own it's also good enough.
yes.
Right?
It's ambition. Yeah. There is ambition.
Yes, yes, of course.
I'm not used to.
I'm not
There
used
is
to.
ambition. There's
Yes.
ambition, but
Yes.
then the structural mistake.
Yes.
Exactly, it's a structural mistake, right? Yes. Okay.
I think that the big problem is that the students don't know how to write in Spanish program.
Well, most probably, right? Yeah, the origin of this problem is
And we don't practice.
exactly, they don't write in Spanish.
Yes.
I wonder, I mean, if in your classes, when you teach writing in English, I wonder if you ask your students if they ever write in Spanish at school.
Yes, of course.
And they tell you that they don't.
They don't. And when I ask them for capital letters, it's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same. For them, it's the same. It's the same. No, come on,
Yes,
it's
you're
important.
right. You're right. Now, unfortunately, this is a reality that we are facing nowadays. And we shouldn't be too hopeful about any possible improvement in the near future, right? Because, for example, notice this question of I,
Yes, that is one.
right? Yes? Then, it's for you. It's for you. And this is the way they write in their mobile phones.
Yes.
So we have a double job. We have the job of eradicating this extremely informal style that they use to communicate with their mobile phones and replace it with a proper one, the accepted one, the conventional one, the standard one, the one we expect them to produce. Right? And this, believe me, this is not easy at all. Right? We're embarking on a really ambitious project.
The problem is that they don't read.
Well, that's another problem, right? Another problem. Well, we have here very young people, right? Middle-aged people, yes, and people who are not so young like me. In the past, we, as far as I remember, when we were children or even teenagers, we really had acquired the habit of reading, not only in our mother tongue, but also in a foreign language. And that was the way to increase our vocabulary load, right? And that's something that little by little is getting lost, right, with the new generations, right? Because they want everything fast, now, right now. And reading is something that takes time,
Yes.
right? You need patience, right? Then what is read needs to be digested, right? Yes, and assimilated in their minds.
And revised.
Exactly, and revised, exactly, Marcela, and that takes time. And this is a problem, and they're getting more philosophical now. Yes, this is a problem that we won't be able to solve here today, because it's a question that affects the whole humanity at present, right? People are running short of time for serious things, and everything is instant, everything is now. I want everything on the screen of my mobile phone now. How can we fight against that? Are we fighting a losing battle or a winning battle?
I mean, that's,
You're very hopeful, though.
but I think that we can make use of things like games, for example. They play games. Many students play games.
Play
And
games, yes.
and games are a very rich source of vocabulary.
They're a very rich source
When
of
they play
vocabulary.
English. When they
Play in English. They play in English.
Spanish, okay.
Yeah.
They play in English.
Yeah, playing in English.
They learn words like replenish. How do you know that word?
You replenish.
A certain game. Somebody told me that day. Okay, good.
Well,
Happy.
from that point of view, it's wonderful because they incorporate new vocabulary.
Okay, right.
Yes.
But they might improve vocabulary, but they are not producing anything, I guess. Especially since they use the ChatGPT or those things.
Well, okay. That's another big issue. Okay. I was not planning to include this in today's chat, but since you have mentioned it, well, really, and I don't want to exaggerate, but our worst enemy today is artificial intelligence,
Yes.
AI, right? It's our worst enemy. Because it's really, in that case, we are fighting a losing battle. Because if students get everything they need, right, at the click of a button, right, with artificial intelligence, what can we do about that? Very little, if anything. Right? So, Donald, with the best of intentions, was rescuing the positive side of technology.
Yes.
Playing games and learning new vocabulary. This is fantastic, Donald. A feather on your cap. But, on the other hand, we have a reality that strikes hard. Artificial intelligence. You know that here at the Institute, right, the authorities have a policy in connection with artificial intelligence. I mean, the wrong use of artificial intelligence, which in plain English we call cheating, right? When a student does very poorly in part A, for example, out of 10 marks he may get a 2 or 3, right? Then when the composition is practically perfect, miraculously perfect, say, oh, what's this? We have a new writer, novelist coming ahead, right? But then we face the reality that this is artificial intelligence at its best, right? And so, what should we do? And here, not only Fabian, but also Fer and Vivi can tell you that when an exam is suspected of having been produced thanks to artificial intelligence, then the exam, that part of the exam is not considered. Am I exaggerating?
Yeah. No.
That's why it's important for us to know this and for students to know this. For you to tell your students, look, if you don't feel confident enough and you think that by resorting to artificial intelligence are going to solve this problem, you're totally wrong. So you'd better abandon this idea right now. Silence.
The problem is that sometimes in class we don't have time to make write. So it's hard and then it's very difficult to.
But you
I mean,
realize
it's
when
not
they
because
use
it's not
software.
because you notice immediately.
Sorry, Mariano.
Yes.
I would like to say something.
Of course, Marianne.
There's something we can't avoid, which is technology, and artificial intelligence has come here to stay. Yes, and it's developing, it's being developed and developed and developed, yes, and it's our world. Now, what I would suggest is you use artificial intelligence with your students. I do use it, right, to brainstorm ideas, to say, let's try to find vocabulary, let's try to find this, because you cannot go against it, right? Okay, so let's use it, but to help us. And then what you do is take 1 hour of the class and you say, well, now that you have vocabulary, you have brainstormed your ideas, etc. Now you have 40 minutes to write.
To do it in class.
Exactly.
Or I used it to compare their writings with artificial intelligence. Yes.
It's something you cannot, you
Yes.
can't say, no, this won't be used, because you're, okay, it's
Exactly, it's here to stay. I couldn't agree more with what Marianne has just said, right? The best approach that we can adopt in the future is to, take advantage of artificial intelligence and appreciate the contribution that it can make to our classes, to enrich our classes, to make them learn more vocabulary, more grammar, right? And, to see, to look on the bright side of things. But of course, we have to be well aware of the wrong use, of the misuse of artificial intelligence, which, of course, is growing more and more, right? And there are students who try to find the easy way, right, of avoiding writing by, again, resorting to artificial intelligence. But we are on the lookout for artificial intelligence. I mean, it's not that we don't realize, we do, and we take the necessary measures, right? Yes, exactly. So your problems are our problems. Okay, when I was offered this talk, right, on writing, I have to confess that I have my doubts, because this is not an easy topic for a lecture, right? And then, you said, but Mariano, you can do it, you have a lot of experience and so on. It's true, but this is not an easy topic. It's not easy at all. It's not an easy problem, right? Well, I see some expressions of wanting a cup of coffee desperately. So, I think it's high time we have our coffee break right now. Yes? Okay, thank you.